if you could tell us how you got into comedy itself.
Yep.
So that started in Darwin.
That started as a mistake, as a lot of things in Darwin. It was never an intention. I never thought comedy. I liked comedy, but I'd never thought of it as something that I would be doing. I hadn't really thought of myself as an artist. That wasn't. I made films and videos and photography, and media was kind of the space that I was in.
Yeah.
Ran my own little business, and then I was doing October. So raising money for Healthy Harold, doing a month off alcohol. And my shtick was dare me to do something you would never do sober to raise money.
Ooh.
And a few people had said I'd never do stand-up comedy sober, because I did all sorts of things for that. Like I sang the national anthem in monsoons on a table for $50. Like I went night clubbing 4 nights in a row until 4 a.m. sober.
Wow.
Like just stuff that people like I'd never do it.
Yeah,
and I was
impossible.
like, you donate, I'll do it.
Yep.
People said stand-up comedy, and like I'd fundraised about $400 or something like that from people just throwing in $10.
Yep.
And a mate of mine, Angus Robson, who's a local legend, he just pushed me on the stage and said, go on, like if you're going to do it now.
Yep.
I was like 6 people in the audience, which is like a proper Darwin night out.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I wasn't great, but I loved it.
Where was it?
At the Happy Yes, which is now Brunsmart Studio Space.
Yeah, cool.
In there, they had a regular night there when I kicked off my career in comedy. And then that's what it was. It was like once a month, a comedy show at the Happy Yes. It'd have a theme and you'd write material for that theme.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it kind of started, and it kind of grew a little bit from there.
So, sorry, it grabbed you.
Please.
It grabbed you from the start then?
I loved it sick, and I still love it sick. Like sometimes, you find something that you're supposed to do and it never feels like work, or it is work and it's hard, but it's always worth it. Comedy's that for me. Like
that's rare.
The challenge of finding something funny that other people are going to also find funny, and then delivering that in a way that's entertaining and believable is great. And now like the whole other element of it where it's my full-time job, the marketing, the branding, the story, the where to do shows, the producing, because I do it all myself. I don't have management or marketing or producing support. I organise all my tours myself.
Sure.
All of that ties into – it's all like it stems from the joke, but you have to find the right audience for that joke in different places.
Right.
Like I can't be the comedian for everybody because some people aren't going to find me funny.
Yep.
But for some people, very funny, which is nice. But yeah, it was an accident in Darwin, kept on doing it, started going down to festivals like Adelaide Fringe and things just out of like, oh yeah, let's have a go with this.
Give it a
This will
go.
be fun.
Yep.
And it started to get bigger and more important. I got corporate gigs and things just kept cycling the way that Darwin does, supporting like Dave Hughes and stuff like that when they were up here.
Amazing.
Yeah, Akmal and all these people would come up. Like my first big support was Steve-O from Jackass. Like
Wow.
I don't know how he found me. I got a message from his management being like, oh, Steve-O from Jackass is in Darwin. Can you open for him?
My God.
And it was at Discovery at the nightclub.
Yeah.
And like if anyone who's listening has been to Discovery, what a life choice. The stage is massive. There's a big dance floor, and then there's heaps of dark areas around the outside, and everyone was just sitting in the darkness, and there was a big empty space when I was doing my –
Is that typical of a Darwin crowd to like not want to be sort of
No.
the tall poppy? No?
No, I think Darwin audiences know how to do comedy. They know how to get involved. They know how to be a good laugh. Steve-O's audience is different to stand-up comedy.
Oh, gotcha.
They're used to watching him on the TV.
Yep.
So you're not a live audience. It's a really different headspace. It's like TikTok comedians who are really famous. Their audience is really different to a live comedy audience because they're used to it being really short snippets that they can like circle through, and they can watch it passively or they could talk over the top. So when they see one of them live, it's a really jarring experience.
Right. The dynamics changed
It's
a bit.
completely different.
Yep.
Yeah. Like live comedy audiences are very different to social media comedy audiences.
Yep.
It's a funny world, like a parallel kind of world that we're living in at the moment where you kind of have to exist in both spaces, but what are your strengths?
Yep.
Where do you actually – yeah.